make products that work with wrinkled eyelids. I'm Laura Ray. I'm almost 60 and I definitely have wrinkles in the eye area, but I love eyeshadow. It is one of my favorite products. So I'm always testing things out to see what's going to make my eyes look the best, not look overmade, but still look beautiful and be able to use shadows. I've used shadows since I was a teenager, and applying eyeshadow has always been something fun for me to do. So I don't want to lose that. And I don't think you have to. There are so many great products out now that makes putting on eyeshadow so much easier. Let's start off with a clean lid. We want to make sure that we don't have makeup from last night on or any leftover mascara. So when I wash my face at night, I also go through my lashes, my lid, with this Garnier micellar water. It's super affordable. It doesn't irritate my sensitive eyes or sensitive skin. I've got both. So some eye products that I use will make my eyes very foggy, and I can't stand that. It really bothers me. So this even removes waterproof mascara. It's been great. I keep some here in my filming room, also in my bathroom. And like I said, it's super affordable. So once I make sure my eyelids are really clean, then I go in with a primer. Now I've talked about the affordable one, the Wet n Wild. The only thing with the Wet n Wild Mega Last Primer is that it doesn't really cover if you have discoloration on your lids. I have a little bit. I have sort of thin skin and pale skin, so a little bit of purple will show through. So I really love covering it with some kind of cream base that will cover all that up. I recently repurchased this from MAC. This is the shade Soft Ochre. It's a great one for covering everything. And I want to say that I think a reason I'd gotten away from it and didn't like it was I was using my fingers. That method is just too thick for me now at my age, so I prefer a brush. Today I used the one from Nikki LaRose. This is the N16, and it's great for applying concealers and primers and eyeshadow and all that. So I like going into the pot or putting a little bit on the back of my hand and then going on. I would say get the thinnest amount of primer that you can get. I used to be able to apply it much thicker, but now at my age, it will get in creases and look really bad. So this works great. One that's a little more affordable, I've mentioned many times, is from Sourmet. This is their Undershadow Primer. This is another good one that's a neutral that really will get rid of any discoloration that you have on your eyelids. What I also do to make my eyes look less wrinkled is go in with a matte or a satin eyeshadow, but then add some sparkle in strategic areas. So I tell you, I just think you can't beat this Naked 2. I've bought this for my mom. I bought this for my daughter. It's just one of those palettes that you just need. It goes with everything. You can always bring this and work with other shadows you have if you're looking for great basics and great mattes. So today I'm going in with this shadow on the mobile lid, and it actually turns out a little bit deeper than I thought from what you can see in the pan. And then I use a fluffy brush. Now, one of my best tips, especially if you have hooded eyes. I don't have hooded eyes, but my eyes are a little bit droopier in the corners than they used to be when I look at pictures of myself when I was in my 30s and 40s. So I just lift the eye up here. Because my eyes are so deep set, I often get accused of having had an eye lift, and I appreciate that people, want to have surgery to improve things. I just don't. And I especially want to avoid eye surgery if possible. So I haven't had anything done. It's just the shape of my eyes and the way my skull is shaped. I have very deep set eyes, and being that, it sometimes will look that way. But if you go in here and lift, you can get right in here with the brush and not miss any sections of the lid. Now, another thing is to look straight forward into the mirror and go a little above where your eyes are open. So when my eyes are open, they land about here. And I take the shadow and often will drag it like this up a little bit to blend it in to the brow area. This shape of my brow is also my natural shape. It's just the way it grows, and I have sort of a high arch like that. I don't pluck it that way. That's just the way they grow. So I have a lot of space in this area. So what I will do is go into a very neutral shade, something like this one in the Naked 2 Basics, and then just sort of pull up like that and blend it all. And that's how I do the eyeshadow portion of the eyeshadow. I say blending is so important, but I wouldn't put too many layers either. I find the thinnest layer of eyeshadow gives me the best look. If I want to brighten things up a little bit with a little sparkle, I really enjoy this one. This is the Naked Foxy, and it has the most beautiful gold and green in it. So I will just dip into that like the gold and just go right along the lash line just to add a little bit of sparkle. If I squint my eye like this, you can see where the skin would hang. Maybe when I'm older, it will look that way. Right now, it's smoother. But if I were to put shadow up in here, it could collect in there. When you apply it here, you get that illusion of sparkle and that little bit without getting into the wrinkles. For liner today, I'm applying the Sephora. This is their Ultimate Gel Eyeliner. I love this in navy. I think navy's such a beautiful shade, and it just really adds a lot to the eye look without it being too much, too dark. Younger women will often do a lot of work out in this section where they'll put a big wing or something. And for me, that just draws attention to my worst area for the lines. So I like to just smoke it up a tiny bit with the liner and keep the sparkle here. And that makes the lids look so much smoother. For mascara today, I'm using my Fenty Beauty I purchased recently. I really love this mascara. It doesn't flake on me. I think it looks really nice. My lashes look lifted. I didn't curl them or anything. So let's take one last look and sort of review what we talked about a little bit. So you're wanting to use a primer. You're wanting to use maybe matte or a satin finish on the eyes. Keep the sparkle more around the lash line. If you want to brighten the inner corner and maybe into this section, I love this from Julep. This is in the shade Pearl Shimmer. I just go in with the crayon like this just to add a little sparkle, and you can always blend that out. I take that same little brush from Angie and get in there and blend a little bit. It's hard for me to get in that pocket with my fingers, so I am really much happier using a brush, and it feels a lot more gentle. Those are my best tips for wrinkled eyelids. Let me know what you use in the comments. All of the products I spoke about today are in the description of the video. Thank you so much for supporting my channel and for using those links. I appreciate you. I wish you a blessed week, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.